Hello, welcome to one more session of Focatier Entertainments. Today I'll be showing how to configure a domain controller under Microsoft Azure portal. Right, so I've already logged on to my subscription. Quickly click on new, or what you can do is you can just go to virtual machines and click on add and click on Windows Server. Select Windows 2012 R2 data center, or whatever, it can be 2008, whichever operating system you want. Select the deployment model as resource manager because we are using the new portal. Click on create, and this will be my first DC test 2016, and the username is Focatier. Oops, sorry. And subscription free trial and resource group, create a new one. I would like to use the existing one in our case to and location, select whichever you want, click on OK. So here what we're trying to do is we are trying to spin up a virtual machine, okay, with I would like to go with the not the A1 standard, because you can see it's just one core with less than 2 GB RAM, so that will not work for a domain controller. So would like to go for D1 V2. Click on select, and here I'm going with the standard storage, and I already selected the storage account, and it because we already selected use the existing resource group, so all the network and everything already it retrieved all that information from that, and we don't have any availability set here. Click on OK. So this is the final validation. So it's going to take a couple of minutes. So validation passed here. Click on OK, and it is deploying it. You can see. So it says the deployment started, and here are the all the information. It will take maybe a couple of minutes, maybe more than that, so we need to wait for that. So it's still showing as creating, so we need to wait for a couple of minutes. And if you look at the configuration, it says a standard D1 V2. We have selected with one core with 3.5 GB RAM, and the name is my DC test 2016. So if you look at it's creating all required the standard storage, the network, and the cloud service, which are uh, required in the background. Okay. So this is the just a basic virtual machine workload we are deploying, and once it is done, we will log on to the server, and the next step we will do is we will install the Active Directory, the services, and then we will configure the domain. Okay, and then Yeah, we will promote this. This is just a normal server, a member server or client server, which is just part of our group. So we will promote this as a domain controller, which will be a first domain controller in your in the customer environment or the Azure portal. So it now it's showing as updating. So it went to the next phase. So let me try quickly connecting to it. Click on connect. So it downloaded the RDP. All right, just click on yes here, and our so now we are connected to the new VM that we created just now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna quickly install a role. Okay. So it's still retrieving the information. So what you have to do is we have to click on add roles and features. It will bring up a new pop-up window. So click on next. So we have two options. One is the role-based or a feature-based installation, and the second one is the remote desktop services installation. So we will look into the RDS installation in later sessions, but as of now, we will proceed with the first option. So select the server here under the server pool if you have more than one server. So here we see there are a lot of roles here. Okay, so we want to so we'd like to install the Active Directory domain services. I click on cancel, tools, let's click on again next. So okay, for some reason it's grayed out. So select Active Directory domain services, so it will give all the list what it will be installing the features. Okay, click on add features and click on next. So by default it will install the .NET framework. Click on next. So it says the DNS should be there. So we'll go back here previously. So click on previous. You have to install the DNS also. Alright, click on add features, click on continue. Alright, so restart the distance automatically if required. You can click on yes. So click on install. So you can see it's installing Active Directory domain services and DNS server, group policy management, remote server administration tools, and with other modules. All right. So the installation will take maybe a couple of minutes or maybe more than that. So we need to wait. All right. So the installation completed. So click on. So now what you have to do is you have to just see here. Click on promote this server to a domain controller. Click on here. and now we see a new configuration wizard. So we have three options. One is add a domain controller to an existing domain. Second one is add a new domain to an existing forest. And third one is add a new forest. So since this is a new setup, okay, and there is no domain created, so you have to select the third option, and you have to type my test domain.com. So whatever domain you want to create, just uh, type it and click on next. Alright, so it says the functional level for the new forest and root domain is Windows Server 2012 R2, and you can see here, uh, see it has a DNS server and it is a global catalog also. Alright, and the next thing is you have to type the super admin password if in case uh, at any point of time you want to restore the domain controller in future. Okay, make sure this password is not as your administrator password. Okay, so it's still it's checking. Okay, so in the background it will make this server as a global catalog. It will check the DNS server, and it will also increase the it will install the forest functional level along with the domain functional level here, so it's taking some time. Right now type in the super admin password here, and write down the password for directory services restart mode. Okay, right, so it says a delegation from this DNS cannot be created, so just ignore this warning and click on next. It will verify the NetBIOS name assigned to the domain. You can change it if necessary, so it's cross verifying. So what you can do is, you can, if you want, you can change it as .com or just leave it like that. Click on next. Alright, so it's giving the sysvol and ADDS database log files. If you want, you can change it, but let's leave it with the default options. Click on next. So this is the all the configuration. Click on next, so it will check all the check and validate before it installs the Active Directory domain services on this computer. So it's checking. So hardly it will take a couple of minutes. So let's wait. Um, Sometimes, yeah, it's going to take more than a couple of minutes, so you should be a little bit, uh, you know, wait until it finishes all the prerequisites check. So it's done the prerequisites check. So it says we can begin the installation. Click on install here. So So while it's doing the installation, let's recap what exactly we have done. This step one is we logged on to our subscription. Step two, we selected the virtual machine workload and selected the required operating system from the marketplace. It can be Windows 2008 or 2012, either R2 or a data center. Select that and spin up the VM, uh, and then log on to the VM. And then once we open the server manager, click on the add roles and features. Select the Active Directory domain services. Then we have to follow the wizard. So the whole installation will take at least 25 minutes to 30 minutes, and once it is done, it will reboot the server also. And there is one more requirement for a domain controller. You have to ensure that you should assign a static IP address. So please make sure that, since this is a test environment, I'm not using a static IP address, but however, in the customer environment or in production, you should have a static IP address. So you have to first gather all that information from the customer environment. So the installation, it's taking its own time, so let's wait. So it's installed the domain services, and it went to it immediately rebooted. It's because we selected the option reboot when necessary, so it's restarting the server now. And in the meanwhile, quickly let's check what features we have under settings. So here we have the diagnostic, solve problems, activity logs, resource health, boot diagnostics. So these are all similar for all the workloads, and we have other feature, reset password. So you have to remember the existing username. So that's the reason why I always inform you to note down, save this information somewhere under Notepad or a OneNote to retrieve somewhere. So you can always reset the password even for the domain controller also. You can redeploy. You can open new support ticket, and under the properties it will show all the configuration part, and for the disk it will show how many disks you have. We will come into the we will explore how to attach a new disk and everything in the later sessions. In network interfaces, availability set, extensions, the size, how to uh, upgrade the existing configuration. I will also take a new session for that. Alert rules, diagnostics, network diagram, tags, logs, users, automation script. So there are so many features here we need to explore. So first, quickly, let's click on connect and let's see whether it's still coming up. Okay, it's up and running. So it's a Focatier, and do you remember what is the domain name? Anyone? So the reason why we'll ask, I'll inform to everyone to note down the my test DC 2016. That is a Focatier. So let's see. I'm not sure whether it's going to connect or not, because that is not the domain name. The domain name is my test domain, my test domain.com/Focatier. Okay, so that is the domain name. So we are logging on to the domain controller for the first time. So we have the server manager here. Click on local server, and I would like to show you. See, did it's we logged onto the domain. This is the domain name. Okay, and quickly administrative tools. See, we have everything related to the domain control: Active Directory, Administrative Center, Domains and Trust, Sites and Services, Users and Computers, and everything. So if I open this, so this is our root domain, mytestdomain.com. As of now, we don't have anything. Sites and Services, it's still coming up. So our default site is so we will look all these features in the later session. So this is how you will create your domain controller under Microsoft Azure portal. So if you have any questions, please use the comment section. Okay, comment section and shoot me. So thank you guys for watching this tutorial, and have a nice day, and uh, sign up for subscribe to our channel for more Microsoft Azure tutorials. Thank you so much. Bye bye.